Alright guys, so the biggest question I have gotten since I purchased the 2025 C8 Corvette Z06 is why? Why did I sell my black one? Why did I just immediately purchase another one right after selling it? What are you thinking, Justin? So we're going to answer all of those questions right now. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today, like I said, we're gonna talk a lot about why I did what I did here. So, I've gotten this question a ridiculous amount. If you guys were at Corvettes at Carlisle this year, you no doubt know how much I've got this question because the people walking up to me were asking the questions, and then while I was in the middle of answering the questions, other people walked up and said, hey, how come you got rid of the black one and then immediately got this one? It was interesting. Now, I assume most of you guys probably assume that I got rid of the black one due to some sort of problem with the car or something along those lines. That's not the case. So we're going to go over all of it today. So for those of you who are new to the channel and you're not sure exactly what it is I'm talking about here, I used to have a 2023 black C8 Corvette Z06 that was non-Z07 package, and I did a bunch of work to it, a ton of work. I mean, literally about $70,000 worth of add-ons on that car to make it look like a Z07, but more so than that, just to make it look like mine, make it, you know, custom to me. I try to do that with all my cars, to be honest with you, but that one in particular kind of took the prize as having the most that I've ever done to a car done to it, and it really just took it over the top. The car was phenomenally good. So, with it being phenomenally good, people were asking, well, why'd you sell it, Justin? And really, it comes down to one thing. Money. I was offered an amount of money for that car that would have been stupid to not take. I had a subscriber reach out to me about a month before I sold it and asked me if it was for sale. And I said, not really, but you know, everything has its for sale price. And I said, here's mine. If you're interested in the car, this is what I would want for it. And he agreed to it pretty quickly. And after he agreed to that price, I thought, you know, I am looking at getting a ZR1. Maybe I'll just sit on the money and kind of wait for that car to come about. And then whenever it does, I'll be able to get it pretty comfortably because financially selling the Z06 put me in a really good position. So right after he bought the car from me, gave me the money, he paid cash by the way. Right after he bought the car, I took the money, paid off my TRX, which you can see sitting back there. I already have my C7 ZR1 paid off, and still left me a really nice, sizable down payment for the ZR1. And after about 2 weeks of not driving the C8 Z06 and not modding and, you know, experiencing the car, I really started to miss it. I really did. And that goes to show just how awesome I think these cars are, because I'm constantly preaching about how great the C8 Z06 is. And I bought another one right after selling mine when it was about 2 weeks later. And that's why, because I was so pumped for the car, I was missing it. But since I sold the black one for such a good amount of money, which I don't want to discuss how much I sold it for because there was another party involved and I don't want to, you know, cause any kind of drama there, but it was significantly higher than what that car would have sold for stock. And because I was able to get that amount of money out of it, like I said, I was able to pay off my TRX, and it also set me up financially really well for the ZR1, but I started to miss the Z06, so I went looking. Because one of my favorite colors on this car has always been Seawolf Gray, and if you guys don't believe me, you can actually check a video I posted in 2024, real early in 24 when this color first came out, and I literally titled it, Is This the Best C8 Corvette Color Ever? And I really loved the color from the very beginning, and I thought, you know, maybe it's time to step outside of my comfort zone and grab a Seawolf Gray Corvette, and I was going to do that for the 2025 ZR1 until that run of Corvettes ended up being a lot lower than we thought it was going to be, or a lot smaller, and then they canceled Seawolf Gray. So I knew in 2026, whenever I do get my ZR1, I can't get one in Seawolf Gray, and I really wanted to try this color out and see what it's all about. So I thought, I'm going to look for another Z06 and see if I can find a Z06 Z07 package with Seawolf Gray, and if I can, and I can get it for the right price, I'm still set up financially in a good position where I can get this car and pay basically nothing for it. So I started to look online, and right off the bat, I found tons of Seawolf Gray Z06s for sale, but not one single Z07 package Seawolf Gray Z06. So then I started to get a little bit sad about it because I thought this was a good idea and I'm not going to be able to do what I wanted to do, so now it kind of sucks. Then I realized, I remembered where I take my car to get serviced, which is Cochrane in Cranberry, Zillionople area, Pennsylvania. You guys have seen a bunch of the videos from them servicing my 2023 C8 Z06 with, you know, transmission filters and of course the oil changes and even fixing the seat bottom, the cushion on my 2023. And I remember the one time he was doing the seat cushion for me, it was taking so long because, you know, that's not just a standard oil change, that I walked into the showroom just to see what they had in there, and sure enough, then I see this car sitting there, and at the time they were asking MSRP for it, but at the time I wasn't interested. I didn't need a C8 Z06, I already had one. But then I remembered that, and that was roughly 6 months prior to me looking for this car nationwide, and I remembered this was a Z07 package car. So I went on their website, on that particular dealer's website, and sure enough, it was still there, and they had it listed for $15,000 under MSRP. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the dealer and see if they'll take even a little bit more off, because if they will, I'm gonna buy it. So me and my wife drove down there and looked at the car, and immediately, I mean, this thing in the showroom especially, the Seawolf Gray is such a fantastic looking color, but in the showroom, it just popped. It just looked really good. And saleswoman came out and talked to me a little bit, and I said, you know what, if you guys knock another 5K off this, call it 20K under, I'm gonna take it. I said, you know, no messing around, knock 5K off, I'll walk out with it. So she went and talked to her manager, and of course there was a little bit of a struggle there, but at the end of the day, I got my money off, and I ended up buying this car for 20K under MSRP. So once that number hit the paper, so to speak, I thought, well, this would be stupid to back out at this point. I can put enough money down on this car that almost completely takes care of it, and I'm getting it for 20K under MSRP, and it's a Z07 package car. Why wouldn't I do this? So I did it, and that's pretty much the story. There's not really a lot to it other than that. I got more money for my black car than the car was worth, stock at least. I was able to take that money, pay off a TRX, and buy a C8 Z06 with the Z07 package as like kind of a blank slate to start over again, and I'm financially in a way better position than I was with the black car. So that's pretty much it. Now, when the time comes that my name gets called for the ZR1, I'm in such a good financial position with this car that I'm probably gonna keep it and buy the ZR1. So that's why I did it. The finances that were involved in it, it made really good sense to sell the car and start over. Now, I am obviously a big fan of black cars. My ZR1's black, my TRX you can see hiding back there is black, my wife's car is black, the 2023 Z06 I had was black. Odds are very good the new 26 ZR1 is going to be black because they don't offer this color anymore for it, so I kind of don't have a choice. I don't really like any of the other offerings. Roswell green was kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of the fact that there's not really a nice complementary color that goes with that for the calipers and stuff like that. So it's too hard to make a package out of that car, that color at least, in my opinion. So odds are very good it's going to be black, and I'm okay with that. I'm not saying that I'm never going to have another black car ever, but the Seawolf Gray really makes a good argument that if this color had stuck around, my ZR1 would have been the same color for sure. But anyway, that's pretty much it. It put me in such a good financial spot that I'm able to possibly keep this car and the ZR1 now moving forward, which is something I would have never guessed in a million years, while also having a C7 ZR1 sitting here in my garage and my TRX being fully paid off. I mean, it's just, it's wild the position that selling one car was able to put me in, and that's pretty much it. So a lot of you guys out there were thinking that I sold the car because there was something wrong with it. No, the owner is still driving it today and has had no problems with it. I think he's put like 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it already, which is pretty crazy. He's driving it pretty much as a daily, and he's had no issues. He's actually created a couple of videos on his channel while sitting in the car or driving the car. So he's driving it. It's all good to go. It had roughly a little over 12,000 miles on it when I sold it. It was going to need new tires soon, and not that that's any reason that I sold it, but that is just kind of on the list, because then I was able to get into this one, you know, obviously brand new tires and everything, plus 20K under, plus it's a real Z07 package car, and I was able to kind of build it out slightly differently. I mean, for the most part, a lot of the same parts were used in this particular build as my 2023, because a lot of the parts that I used on the 2023 were already the best you can get. So why would I put a lesser part on the car just to do something different? So some things that are different, like the splitter from RSC is different, the big ZR1-esque wing is different, the wheels are even slightly different. They're magnesium instead of forged aluminum, and I mean, we'll make the mods list in another video, but for the most part, the build is very similar. There are some differences, and I wanted to keep it, you know, top notch, no compromise kind of aftermarket parts for the car, and some of that meant doing some of the same mods. I mean, there's only one company making carbon fiber as high-end as this, and it's Racing Sport Concepts, so why would I go with anybody else whenever they're already the best you can get? Anyway, I don't want to get too far off topic here, guys. I just wanted to make sure you guys understood why I sold the black Z06 and then got another Z06 right afterwards. The biggest reason is financials, but also I missed the car. I could have literally sold my black one and just sat completely without a car until my ZR1 came in, but I missed this thing. This is just such an awesome car, and it's an awesome experience every day I drive this thing. Every time you rev this thing up past 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, you remember real quickly why you bought it. So hopefully that's kind of a testament to the car. Like I said, I've talked about it being an awesome car a million times, and the fact that I sold one and then immediately bought another one should tell you all you need to know. These cars are worth every penny, especially when you can get them for $20K under MSRP. It makes perfect sense. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hopefully that answers some questions for you. If you have any additional questions, though, feel free to leave them in the chat down below, or shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. I'd be happy to talk to you and answer some questions if you have any about this. Thumbs up if you like the video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. And as always, stay obsessed.